Imagine walking into a room and without saying much, people automatically take you seriously. They listen when you speak, they don't interrupt you, and somehow they just respect you. You've probably met someone like this before. They're not the loudest person in the room, they're not trying to impress everyone, and they're definitely not begging for approval. Yet when they talk, people listen. So what's their secret? Most people think respect comes from being smarter, richer, or more successful, but psychology shows something very different. In fact, a lot of people lose respect because they try too hard to earn it. Today we're going to talk about a simple psychological trick that can completely change how people treat you, and once you understand it, you'll start noticing it everywhere, at school, at work, even in everyday conversations. The biggest mistake people make. Most people grow up believing that respect comes from being nice to everyone. So they try to be the person who always says yes, always agrees, always apologizes, always explains themselves. They want to avoid conflict. They want everyone to like them. And on the surface, that seems like a good thing. But here's the problem. When people notice that you're always trying to please them, something strange happens. They start taking you less seriously. Not because they dislike you, but because human psychology works in a very particular way. People subconsciously judge your value based on how you treat your own time, opinions, and boundaries. If you constantly put everyone else first and ignore your own needs, your behavior sends a hidden message. It tells people, my time isn't that important. My opinions aren't that strong. You can interrupt me. You can ignore what I say. And slowly, without realizing it, people start treating you exactly that way. This doesn't mean you should become rude or arrogant, but it does mean something important. Respect isn't earned by chasing approval, it's earned by how you carry yourself. And that leads us to the psychology trick. The psychology trick. The trick is something surprisingly simple. It's called strategic silence. Instead of reacting instantly in every situation, you pause. You don't rush to fill every quiet moment, you don't feel the need to explain everything immediately, and you definitely don't panic when a conversation becomes silent. This might sound small, but in social psychology, silence is extremely powerful because most people are uncomfortable with it. When there's silence in a conversation, people feel pressure to feel it. So when you stay calm and quiet, you automatically create psychological pressure. And that pressure often makes other people adjust their behavior without you saying a single word. Why silence creates respect. There are a few psychological reasons why this works so well. Reason 1, silence signals confidence. Think about someone who talks very fast and constantly explains themselves. They might say things like, I just meant this, I didn't mean it like that, sorry, let me explain. This behavior often comes from insecurity, but confident people behave differently. They don't rush, they pause before answering, they take their time choosing words, and because they're comfortable with silence, others assume they're comfortable with themselves, and confidence naturally attracts respect. Reason 2, silence makes your words valuable. Imagine someone who talks non-stop for an hour. Eventually, you stop paying attention. The words start blending together. But now imagine someone who speaks only when they have something meaningful to say. When that person starts talking, everyone listens. Why? Because scarcity creates value. It's the same reason rare things feel more valuable than common things. And when you speak less but say meaningful things, your words start carrying more weight. Reason 3, silence slows emotional reactions. Another powerful benefit of silence is that it gives your brain time to think. When people react instantly in conversations, they often react emotionally. They get defensive, they get nervous, they say things they later regret. But when you pause for even 2 or 3 seconds, something important happens. Your brain switches from emotional reaction to calm thinking. That pause makes your response look more thoughtful and controlled, and people naturally respect those who seem calm under pressure. Using this trick in real life. Let's talk about how this actually works in everyday situations. Situation 1, when someone interrupts you. This happens all the time. You start speaking and someone suddenly talks over you. Most people react by talking louder or trying to fight for the conversation, but here's a better move. Stop talking. Look at them calmly, wait a moment, then continue your sentence. That short pause often makes the other person realize they interrupted you, and they're less likely to do it again. Situation 2, when someone says something rude. If someone makes a disrespectful comment, many people immediately defend themselves. They explain, they argue, they try to justify. But strategic silence changes the dynamic. Instead of reacting instantly, pause. Look at them calmly. Let the silence sit for a moment, then ask a simple question like, why would you say that? Now the pressure shifts. Instead of you defending yourself, they have to explain their behavior. Situation 3, when making decisions. A lot of people over-explain their choices. They say things like, I'm really sorry, but I can't come because I have this thing and I also need to do something else and this and that. But confident communication is simpler. You can just say, I won't be able to make it. Pause. That's it. No long explanation needed. The less you feel the need to justify yourself, the more confident you appear. And why do most people struggle with this? Even though silence is more powerful, many people struggle to use it because silence feels uncomfortable, especially if you're used to people pleasing, avoiding awkward moments, and trying to keep everyone happy. Your brain tells you that silence is dangerous, but the truth is, silence only feels awkward when you feel awkward. If you stay calm and relaxed, silence often feels powerful instead, and the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. And here's a simple habit to practice. If you want to start using this today, try a simple habit. Before responding in conversations, pause for 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. It's a tiny change, but it has a huge impact. Those 2 seconds make you appear thoughtful, reduce emotional reactions, and give your words more power. Over time, people will start noticing that when you speak, it actually means something. The real source of respect. So there's an even deeper lesson here. Respect isn't something you force people to give you, it's something that grows naturally when your behavior communicates confidence. When you stop chasing approval, when you stop over-explaining, when you stop reacting emotionally, people begin to see you differently. Your presence becomes calmer, stronger, more grounded, and without even trying, people start treating you with more respect. So, remember this. Respect isn't about being the loudest person in the room, it's often about being the calmest one. The next time you're in a conversation, try this simple trick. Pause. Stay relaxed, let silence do some of the work. You might be surprised how differently people respond to you, because sometimes the most powerful presence in a room isn't the one talking the most, it's the one who knows exactly when to speak and when not to. If you found this useful, consider subscribing for more videos about psychology, self-improvement, and understanding human behavior, because sometimes the smallest mindset shift can completely change your entire life.